Hi, Jim here with today's thought. The photo that I used for the thumbnail for this thought, this photo, in case you haven't seen it, maybe you did on the news, but that is from the annual Macy's department store Thanksgiving parade that's held every year on Thanksgiving Day. And what you're supposed to see is a bunch of floats, happy crowds and marching bands and floats, of cartoon characters and things like that. But you don't see that. What you see is those idiots sitting in the middle of the street, stopping the whole parade, pro-Hamas protesters, okay, pro-Hamas protesters, and what they've done, the usual tactic which they got from the climate crazies, and they're probably the same people. Like on one day they'll demonstrate against fossil fuels, and the next now they have demonstrating against Israel and for Hamas. But the tactic that they use, that they're using in that photo, is to glue their hands to the street, to super glue their hands to the street, and just stop everything for a while. And there has to be something. What can you do about that? I mean, when they don't, you're starting to see in Europe, in this country too, but mainly in Europe, a couple of places where these climate crazy protesters didn't glue their hands to the street. They just blocked roads, and the motorists, the frustrated motorists, they've been getting out of their cars and dragging these fools, these morons, off of the highway so that they can go on their way. But when you glue your hand to the street, that's a whole different story. Now, I did suggest a solution to this before, which was for a road crew to come out and just with jackhammers and cut a big, 50-foot or 30-foot chunk of concrete around each protester's hand, and then drag them to the side of the road and let them just sit there and put a temporary metal plate over the pothole so traffic can go on, and that would discourage it. But that's kind of not very practical on thinking back on it. But there is a very practical solution, which is something that is already used for crowd control, which is skunk odor or some other chemical that is harmless but just smells awful. It's just a terrible, basically unbearable smell that causes the mobs or the crowds to disperse because it's so bad. So my idea is to get some of this stuff and make it so strong that the police have to use gas masks. And you have to remember, these people are sitting there with their hands glued to the ground. They can't do anything. They can't stop the police. They can't protest or anything. And if they're wearing gas masks, the police can just take them off. But the idea is, let them, when they glue their hands, is to come out with a skunk odor and just douse them with, just take a bucket of it and just pour it all over them, over each person. Let it, soak through their clothes onto their skin, and let them just sit there in the stink and let them smell that. Poop odor is also good, or maybe a combination, skunk odor, poop odor. That should be really nice. And just pour it all over them and let them sit there for, and take your time. Well, it's going to take time anyways to free them if they've super glued their hands. So, no hurry. Let them stop, because yes, in this case, it would have stopped the parade, but I think a lot of the people would have enjoyed seeing this just as much, seeing these people struggling under this terrible skunk odor. They probably would have enjoyed that as much as the parade itself. So that's my suggestion. If you know anybody in the police department, you might want to pass it along. But that's my thought for today. Thanks for stopping by. If you could subscribe, that would really be great. And in the future, I say share this video with anyone who could benefit from it. But most of all, come back and see me again. I would love to see all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.